You wake up early, you plan your day, you cross off tasks like trophies, and still you feel empty. Because somewhere along the way, discipline stopped feeling empowering and started feeling like a cage. You push yourself, you chase productivity, you punish rest. But the question is, are you truly being disciplined? Or are you just terrified of what happens if you lose control? Control wears the mask of discipline. It looks structured, focused, impressive. But beneath it, fear, anxiety, self-doubt. You don't skip the gym because you love your body. You go because missing it makes you spiral. You don't plan your meals for health. You do it because flexibility feels unsafe. This isn't discipline. This is control dressed up in routine. Discipline is rooted in self-respect, not self-punishment. It's gentle, supportive, flexible. It doesn't scream, try harder. It whispers, rest is part of growth. True discipline allows room for mistakes. It honors progress, not perfection. And it never uses shame as motivation. If you grew up in chaos, discipline feels like safety. If no one modeled consistency, you crave strictness like oxygen. You create tight routines because unpredictability once hurt you. But there's a difference between structure and self-imprisonment. What you call discipline might just be survival. You try to rest a moisture, but guilt creeps in. You take a break, bro, but you feel lazy. You cancel plans and spiral into shame. That's not discipline speaking. That's fear. You've associated worth with output, value with effort, love with achievement. So doing nothing feels like being nothing. Productivity can be addictive. It gives you a sense of control, a hit of accomplishment. But like any addiction, the highs wear off and the lows return. You chase the next goal, just to silence the voice that says you're not enough. But that voice isn't quiet because you're doing well. It's quiet because you're distracted. Your discipline might be your inner critic, wearing a motivational hat. It pushes you to grind, but never lets you feel proud. It tells you to hustle, but never to heal. It uses fear of failure to disguise fear of feeling. Real discipline doesn't yell. It encourages, it understands, it holds space. Discipline built on trust says, I'll get there even if today I rest. Control built on fear says, if I stop, I'll fall apart. One nurtures you, the other drains you. You don't need more control, you need more compassion. Progress isn't just pushing through, sometimes it's pausing. It's not just doing more, and it's doing what matters. It's not about being better than yesterday. It's about being kinder than yesterday. Discipline isn't rigid. It bends with you, it moves with your life. And when it's real, it supports you, not suffocates you. You're allowed to slow down. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to not be productive today. Control says you'll fall behind, but discipline says you'll still arrive. You don't have to earn your right to rest. You don't have to prove your worth through pain. You're not behind, you're healing. True discipline feels like freedom because it comes from choice, not fear. It supports your goals without sacrificing your peace. It's not something you force, it's something you flow with. When you stop chasing control, you finally start building a life, not just managing one. Subscribe for weekly stories that remind you, you don't have to push to be powerful, you don't have to grind to be great, and you don't have to control everything to become who you were always meant to be.